Hello Gemini, thank you for tuning back in with me for this month's Zodiac Wheel reading. It is great to be reading for you again. So I'll start off with using the new cards, and I would like to invite the angels and guides to join me for this reading and ask Great Spirit to stay with me through this reading for Gemini, and to be able to receive messages for Gemini for the month of January 2019 for their highest good and for the good of all. Cards are a little bit slippery because they're so new. It's lovely to use them. Alrighty, so Gemini, we will start here with the first house, also known as the ascendant and your rising sign. So this reading is for Gemini sun signs, rising sign and moon signs. The first house is representing your self-views and how the world views you. It's your physical characteristics and it's the expression of action, so the actions that you're going to take. And it is the Three of Cups, well, the Three of Chalice in this deck, but that's also known as the Three of Cups. Now the Three of Cups is representing, and the message from it is celebration and success. It is invitations. It also can be new birth, pregnancy, christenings come under this influence. So the message I'm getting from the Three of Cups is that you will be celebrating and receiving invitations that are quite important. So and being in a group of loving people and having a lot of fun. So, a wonderful way to start the year, Gemini. Now, the second house governs our resources and our measure of self-worth, our material values. So it's giving an honest day's pay for an honest day's work. And it is being influenced by the devil. So there's a bit of temptation there. So, you know, you then need, Gemini, to really take stock of the temptation. So I'm just feeling that whether or not you're a workaholic or whether or not you maybe gamble a little bit too much, or you may just be, you know, being coerced in some way. So yeah, I'm getting the message, Gemini, just, you know, really give things some deep thought before taking the offer or, you know, charging recklessly in. That's the main message I get from the devil card here in this position, because no, actually I'm getting here as well as that the devil also represents the being chained to material bondage. So, you know, you could be on that, you know, work treadmill where you're not necessarily maybe a workaholic. You have to do this, and you know, you'd rather be doing much more pleasant things. So that's also a message that's coming through here for you, Gemini. But you are able to celebrate, so maybe all this hard work is going to really be worth it. Here in your third house, which is your close relations, short journeys and communications, you have the Seven of Cups, which is a beautiful energy to have in there. The Seven of Cups is, you know, raising your inspiration and lifting you above difficulties. So you do feel like going on a journey somewhere, and it's a pleasant journey. And your message or your communication, whether it's with brothers and sisters or neighbours or close relations, in a way doesn't even need to be spoken. It's like there's some sort of mental telepathy happening, and you can get your message through very easy. So that's a beautiful influence to have there. And you're also able to, if you need to express something to others, you're coming from a place of love and you know, integrity when you're doing it. You're not attacking anybody or making anyone feel less than they deserve, because being aggressive towards another isn't going to make them listen to you. You need to be, and you will be, using love and integrity. The fourth house, which is the base of our zodiac wheel, also known as the IC, representing our home base. It's our early childhood environment and how we see ourselves, and so how one sees oneself is representing here in that area of your life by the Ace of Wands. Now the Ace of Wands is the beginning of a fresh new action and brilliant new ideas. So I feel here, with the Ace being in that position of family and home, some of you may be feeling that you want to move to a new home, build a new home, buy a new home. So the idea is there, and the new beginning is possible, and something new and fresh coming. Fifth house represents our children and matters of the heart. It's how we have our pleasure, it's the fun house, and it's the love that is given from us to others. And you have the Fool. So the Fool is also represents the beginning of a new journey. The Fool is the first card in the tarot deck, and it really does put you on a fresh path of a new journey. The only caution with the Fool card is to look before you leap, because sometimes with the Fool that it can be so, the Fool can be so excited, or the excitement that comes with it can make you rush off into the beyond without really watching for potholes, sort of thing. So you do have to keep your senses alert. But here in the fifth house is showing that children in your life and matters of the heart are under the influence of having fun and setting out on a new adventure. Sixth house is the house of health and work, and it's also about your work conditions and your health condition. It's the karmic debt house as well. Now you've got the Eight of Cups there, so you know some of you may be not maybe getting as many hours as what you would like in the working area of your life, and you may have to walk away from that particular institution or employment and seek employment somewhere else. So there's having to leave something behind to go to something else to achieve what you need in the moment. But there is the Eight of Cups also represents that you haven't lost anything, because you can return to that other position. So yeah, no loss, but there's no gain, if you know what I mean. Like so maybe you're only a casual, so you can jump between companies or jump between jobs, but you know, you really like one job better than the other, and I feel that you have to go do probably something that you're not so keen on for a time, and then go back to doing the work that you are actually keen on. So yeah, there's just a bit of being very flexible there in your working life, and health wise, I don't feel that you've got any negative news coming from that. So just keeping a good health regime always keeps your mind clear and your body in good working condition. Seventh house of partnerships is being influenced by the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is not only representing maybe a bit of upset, so there could be a little bit of imbalance going on, because the Three of Swords does pertain to matters of the heart and things being a bit damaged, but it's not irrevocably damaged. And again, with these birds sitting on the top of the swords, it's saying to listen to your higher self, and don't allow your mind to go into too much of a dark space. I mean, that you can allow your mind to be in that dark place, but not for too long, because it's always darkest before the dawn. So even if you have been through a tough time emotionally lately, Gemini, you are at the end of the darkest part, and the dawn will rise in the morning, and things will look brighter. Eighth house here, Gemini. Okay, so you've got the Queen of Cups in the 8th house. So a beautiful, loving, nurturing energy, and a female energy. Recognise that loving energy. The female loving energy is very gentle and kind and soft. So don't be too hard with coming from this Three of Swords. That can be hard and and very cutting. So even if you are feeling that, come from a place of nurturing and kindness, and you really will see not only your own mood and attitudes blossom, but those that love you will blossom with you, Gemini. 9th house, overseas travel and expansion of the physical and mental realm, and expansion of yourself through the spiritual and philosophical areas. You can also develop a more abstract mind, so maybe creating some new art or some sort of new creation is also influenced by the 9th house. And in the 9th house you have the influence of the 9 of Pentacles. That spells success and financial abundance. So taking a more prosperous thought pattern will attract prosperity. 10th house, Gemini, is the zenith of our zodiac wheel, and in that house you have the King of Wands. So the 10th house is our outside world, and it is our governs our career. It is how the world sees you and your reputation in it and your highest achievements. So with it being represented here by the King of Wands, it's showing a lot of energy and action being put into that area of your life, and you're being seen as being the person to put on that job or given that task, and you're being seen as being able to motivate and create success in your career. So that's lovely. Especially seeing you over here, you seem to be a little bit forlorn about it all. It's going to work out. So this partnership may have been representing here with the 3 of Swords, may be a business partnership that had to end or had to be cut. You had to cut yourself away from, sort of thing. 11th house. Well, this is a wonderful card to be influencing your 11th house, because it is the Wheel of Fortune. Great success. The wheel takes its turn and it's moving in a positive direction, and it's in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and friendship groups. So yeah, I just feel that this is showing that, you know, the wheel will click into place for you, Gemini, and it's going to bring good fortune with it, and, you know, positive energies. Now, the 12th house, being our subconscious, is often, I suppose you could say, our undoing, our subconscious. We can, you know, be our own worst enemy type of thing, and the 12th house can represent that. But it's also about things that are hidden and you're not aware of, and you have the Princess of Pentacles influencing the 12th house in your zodiac wheel. So Gemini, I just feel that if you are counting your pennies, but you're also putting a structure in place for what those pennies are going to be used for. So even if you can't see at the moment where that by you continually being willing to be flexible and make the changes that are required, and seeking new and better business partnerships or business endeavours. Yeah, you will achieve that new role or that new position that you're aiming for. So now I will ask Spirit to stay with me through this reading of a confirmation for the reading for Gemini in January, for the month of January 2019. These are such lovely cards to shuffle. They really do just move so smoothly. Oops. So what message from our animal medicine do we have, Spirit, for Gemini through January 2019? I like to wait for one to present itself. They're wanting to, I can see that, but it's just, oh! I think there's a little bit too many messages there, so we'll just pick 3 for you, Gemini. So these 2 stayed behind, so that they'll name that one, and this one wanted to pop out, so that one. Because otherwise, so lots of messages, Gemini, so you need to listen to your higher self because the messages are coming. Listen to the quiet voice, don't listen to the loud, aggressive voice. Your higher voice speaks in whispers. Okay, so our first message for Gemini for January is renewal, and it is represented by raccoon. So, it is time to get clarity about your life and purpose and make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment, and fearlessly embrace what's to come. Second card. So our next message is the world, and it's the Shetland sheepdog. And the Shetland sheepdog medicine is congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. And the World card is a completion of a cycle and all the success and achievement that comes with that. And our third animal medicine card is 5 of Autumn, and it's the Mante. So focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career can block your progress, because your trust and faith are at a low point right now. It's not the best time to start your own business or become self-employed. So even though you are craving that freedom from being under the hammer from an employer, it's saying that it's not the right time to start your own business, so you still have to work for somebody else, or be answerable to somebody else at the very least, which I suppose we all are, because we're all answerable to the tax man, aren't we? But yeah, so it's not letting the negativity. So I feel this Three of Swords is really pertaining to a business side of relationship, not so much a marriage relationship. But you know, hopefully you'll let me know what area of that area of your life it seemed to have resonated for. Yeah. So they want you to know that, you know, don't worry too much, because you've got this renewal and the world unfolding, and you're putting your best foot forward onto that. So thank you again for returning for your reading, Gemini, and for those of you that have subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you can receive further updates and further readings from me. I love reading your comments, so please leave your thoughts and your experiences through the month of January. I love reading your comments and thoughts. And many blessings for you, Gemini. It really, you know, you have got a lot of celebrating and good fortune, and you know, a really good standing in your working environment being shown up there, and you know, prosperity is available, and new ideas and new beginnings are also being shown quite clearly here to me as well. So something new and it is unfolding, and in a way letting go of something that it isn't necessarily working in your best interest, but not so that you you know, you put yourself into a bad position in order to let go of that. Just the timing being right to be able to let go of it, to go into your new path. So thank you again, Gemini, and namaste.